I'm so sorry. It feels every second video, excuse myself, or I say sorry, I apologize for using the internet is to get stuff off my chest, which weighs heavy on my heart. And I just realized while speaking it out that this might actually be a symptom of my low self esteem. This constant feeling of not being worthy as much as others. And sorry, I just ate tomato sauce. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, this constant feeling of inadequacy, just subconsciously feeling not being worth stuff. I just caught myself thinking it, but I'm so thankful. As weird as my videos might be, I don't know. They might be. They definitely might be weird. I mean, the core, what I'm trying to transmit here, the core ideas, I guess something immature person can understand. Even if the picture quality is atrocious and the way I talk might not be specifically enticing or very conducive to understand things. But I'm still so thankful that this platform exists for me to get this heavy weight off my chest, which is constantly strangulating me. Constantly. And I realized right now, right before I decided to make this video, because I felt I need this illusion of a round, of in how to say virtual circle of friends I can communicate with in order to give myself energy, strength. Yeah, and I realized it. Yeah, I caught myself having positive feelings about it, in anticipation of. I don't know. It's hard to describe. I'm missing. I can't talk very well, but the anticipation of doing these videos, it's yes, it is painful to talk about all these things that I go through, and yet the other part, the other facet of these videos is that it gives me strength and it feels that I begin to. God damn, I cannot talk anymore. It gives me some positivity. Let's keep it simple. It gives me some sort of positivity. Yeah, I have this illusion. I intentionally deactivated comments and stuff like this because I basically think it's just clutter. It's just background noise. It's not needed, and it's just it might cause more harm. Yeah, when I read about other people's suffering, I can only do this in very controlled situations, under controlled conditions. So, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. Yesterday, I heard some kids playing on the playground, and I don't know. I was going inside myself and trying to picture my own childhood. Yeah, PTSD is not a funny thing. I can tell you that. It constantly knocks you out, and you constantly try to suffocate this beast, this monster, is I'm doing right now. It's what why I'm doing this video to give me some strength. I don't know, maybe one day in the far future I will look back onto these videos and think, oh, it's so cringy. Which would be positive because it means if you find something in your what you did in your past cringy means, think about it, that you developed further, that you continued your journey as a human being. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, this is my dream. Like one day, there's either no conflict I'm involved in or no hate campaign, so that I only have to live with the childhood trauma. Only, yeah. I'm trying to visualize. You know, when I walk walk outside and I don't know, use a tram, public, it doesn't even matter. Anything. When I do anything outside, I try to speak more slowly in order to collect myself more because I'm really gloppy when I'm under the influence of panic attacks. So I can. Yeah, let me finish this. So when I'm outside, I like to watch people, and not in an annoying way. Just okay, I see them. Yeah, then give myself a moment to visualize or to imagine what other people's life might be. Yeah, how they live. I don't know, when I see families walk and enjoy themselves, and I don't know, being nice to each other, and I don't know, buy an ice cream cone for the little ones and stuff like this. I'm trying to visualize this. I don't know, seeing that this exists, makes my pain a tiny little bit smaller. That I have a visual confirmation that not everyone has to live like me. Yeah, technically that's a good message, no? Yeah. Although I feel to imagine, I picture myself and in their shoes, trying to picture myself in a normal life. Yeah, and right before the video, I also I had this line of thought that that I'm missing having a normal life, and then I realized, no, I'm not missing it because I don't know what a normal life is. I just don't know. So how can I miss something I don't even know what it feels like? If that makes any sense. Mm. I always picture my life as, I don't know, a scratchy stone or something like this. When you try to handle it, you cut your hands. Like a flintstone that is broken in many places and has so many sharp edges. Something like this. So if you're stuck with this stone, you don't get out unharmed like this. Yeah, it's so ironic. You know? There's a. I just read that 60% of children before the age of 16, although I don't know if this study is only about the US. Usually, when you find American English material, statistics and stuff like this, it ends up only being valid for the US or something like this because it's the biggest bunch of English speakers. But supposedly 60% of children suffer from or have experienced trauma symptoms. 60%. 60%. Yeah, and how would a world look like without traumatic experiences? How would I be like if I had not been a survivor of my childhood? I sometimes ask myself that. I would be a completely different person, of course. Of course, it entirely shaped my personality, even though I have been doing steps to adjust my personality and my behavior in a way that I want it to be. But it doesn't negate the fact that obviously the core, the central influence is this evil in the childhood, during childhood. I mean, I would be a god if it wouldn't have hurt me. Yeah, it's just it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but sometimes I ask myself, um, what person I would be like with a normal life. I mean, yes, I gotta tell you, it's so incomprehensible. I try to imagine myself having a father And I hate this very thought so much. I despise. I despise. I loathe the concept of having a father. I I hate it with all my guts. And I feel how every fiber of my body rebels only when I'm trying to picture myself having had a normal family with a normal father. You know, and still, this is so ingrained in me that a father is not a person you want in your life. A father is someone dangerous. That every fiber in my body rebels against this. Yeah, I get I get a goose neck. What's the word? Goose skin. Yeah, from it. Only thinking about it. And I'm so beyond. I don't know, before I understood my mother's role in the abuse, she tried to label her live in partner as some sort of substitute father. And there was one day I took her aside and told her, he's never gonna be a father for me. I became an independent person. I got myself up onto the right track all by myself. What normally is something a father would do. That my entire personality has been changed in a way that has no place for a father. Such a figure it doesn't fit my personality. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't fit together. Those are two worlds that are not compatible. And I remember how sad she was. And I also realized what an illusion she was living. Um, Mind you, there's nothing. I don't really have any sympathy for my mother. Uh, I mean, there's good reason why I broke off contact with literally everyone. Unfortunately, there is good reason. And yeah, this where I saw how much she was living an illusion of some sort of half-race intact world. At least half-race. Yeah, maybe not fully. No. And she was always trying to keep stuff away from me. Yeah, like keeping secrets about stuff that shouldn't be kept secret. Yeah, stuff that really erodes away trust. Yeah, I never talked about it yet. Of course, I also have extended family, and you could ask, okay, why don't I have contact with them? My uncle is a very good guy, although naive with women, was very often exploited. And I like him very much, and but I also broke off contact with everyone for the simple fact because he kept contact with my mother because it's his sister. And my father also had a bunch of sisters, very nice sisters, as far as I can tell, very nice family. My cousins, I got a bunch of super nice cousins. I really liked them. Yeah, but when I began to realize what happened, what, what I lived through, what this means, what this is called, and I tried to begin to give hints what happened, what my father, for example, did to me during my childhood. Yeah, I tried to open up to one of his sisters after he was dead, I think. No, it wasn't. No, it was before he died. Mm, and the reaction was very, for me as a victim, very disappointing. Yeah, it was. There was a lot of denial, and this hurt so much. And these sisters still kept in contact with their brother, my abuser, the person who did so many evil things to me and to other people. Actually, he was actually a rapist outside the family. Yeah, um, yeah, he, he assaulted women, tried to penetrate them. He was really evil. He was not a good guy. He was really, really fucked up. Yeah. Well, it makes sense. I already told you, yeah. To see he was a rapist also inside the family, and sexual abuse and all these incest and molestation and all these horrible words. Yeah, so in a toxic way, it makes sense that he also behaved like this outside. And he a little bit he had this double life going on. And there was also a lot of denial. I remember, I remember when he died, his live-in partner reached out to me over a couple of corners I didn't even know existed in order to invite me to the funeral, which my mother also wanted to keep secret from me, which is, of course, insane. Yeah. Obviously, I wouldn't be the perfect pallbearer for him. Yeah. I'll be the person who would spit on that grave and desecrate it with an axe in front of the others. I would have gone and bonkers on his graveside. I don't know if his live-in partner. I don't know. I still suspect they gave him a funeral where there's no gravestone and nothing. And sometimes I wonder if the decision was partially influenced in order to prevent desecration. I mean, everybody knew he has no contact anymore with me. So for many years, oh, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Or let's say I hated that guy. He he is dust. He doesn't exist anymore. I remember when she invited me to her, this his girlfriend or live-in partner or whatever. And just trying to get to know me in order to gauge if I'd ruined the funeral or not. She openly admitted it. And I said, that is a very justified question. Very justified. And she showed me pictures of him and videos. She actually thought that I would like to memorize or to have some nostalgia about this creature. She really thought about. She really thought this would be some nice sit-in where we would dwell in nostalgic memories. Every picture that ran through my hands that she printed out. I stare at daggers through them. And it made me go up the walls. That I was robbed the chances of strangling him. That it was the feeling at that moment. This is something you will not understand. Now she showed me a video of him playing with the baby. I won't forget. Her stupid, goody facial expression. Well, here he is playing with a baby. What a wonderful person. And only hearing his voice, how he talked about this baby, I knew exactly what thoughts he had. Yeah. Hearing his voice the last time. I had so much turmoil boil up inside me just hearing his disgusting voice. Just his disgusting voice. is something you will never understand. Those family members still had contact with this evil entity. It was so painful. And how often do I read about stories that go like this? Where the family members don't listen, refuse to protect the victim, invite the abuser to family reunions like there's nothing to worry about, like nothing ever happened. And as a victim, you just stand there. Is this a joke to you? Is this a joke to you? Just ignore it? Like the three monkeys of Ningpo? No hear, no say, no see. Jesus. It's like you double the abuse you suffer through. You see everyone else just, no, I know, he's not that bad, or something like this. Yeah. I don't want to hear about it. Along the lines of that. And I cannot tell you how damaging that is. And you see these family members in a completely different light. I mean, how can you expect people who behave like this to be a good environment? Who keep supporting the perpetrator, the rapist, and give a fuck about the victim. And there are so many stories like this. Way too many. Way too many. I remember it was the time where I began to realize that this boyfriend of my mom was also an abuser, which I for a long time didn't want to accept because it's hard to accept as a victim. You know? And but where it began to trickle down because I took so much time to um, plow through my past and to see what was happening and to understand it. Yeah, and that one time there was some sort of yeah, yeah, it was a family birthday party, and his family actually, not so I wasn't blood related to them, and there was a baby, and he took a photo of that baby. Great, everybody does that, but I didn't know that. My mother came to me and showed me the pictures of that family birthday. I remember, I think I wasn't present there. I don't know, I was studying or something like that. I don't know anymore, but I think I wasn't present there. And, or was distracted, I don't know. But I didn't see it happen. And she showed me pictures, and then she showed me a picture of that baby. Yeah, a little girl. And, you know, babies, they there's this developmental stage where the the legs are still, I don't know, they reach out sideways instead of pointing to the front, the knees, yeah. And so the baby was there in its crib and with fully nude, yeah. And he took a picture of that baby, and basically the it is not easy with the basically with the genitals as the center of the focus of the this image. I was in complete disbelief, and I asked my mother, "Now, what do you think? Why does an adult man or any human being think it is in any capacity a good idea to take such a photo?" And imagine you have this shit around you as a survivor of child abuse. Of course, it's it's an egotistical thought in this specific situation. Yeah, obviously the child, the baby's well-being is the crucial component here. But that's the point. And I thought it's so telling that all those. I mean, there were a lot of people around that crib when he took that photo, and nobody said anything. As if this is normal to do. I mean, why? Why can't you take a picture of that baby when she's dressed? What does it give to you that she has to be undressed? What? Absolutely nothing logical. There's no good reason for it. Yeah, and my mother's reaction was very naive. I remember that very well. It almost had a childish quality to it. Of the likes of, oh, I haven't even thought about it. You're an adult mother, yeah? You're twice my age. And cannot understand that something is wrong with this situation. You want to tell me you cannot find out yourself twice my age? That this is not right. That I, as your son, have to tell you. I just realize while I'm pronouncing it that this might be the reason why stuff happened to me. I mean, a person who is this ignorant cannot be helped. I mean, where are the mother instincts? They don't exist. They have never existed. Or I give it fuck. Imagine having this bullcrap around you. And you cannot even comprehend. You know, it feels like mind rape to have my life. I don't wanna how to say, yeah, I don't know, pity celebrate myself. That is not my intention. But I have these experiences. They were not great. And then you still, even after the fact, you still have these occurrences around you. And you reach a point where you're just trying to rip out your hair, your feathers. You just want to run away. You just want to run away. You just don't want to have these things around you. Yeah, you don't. Well, I did run away. Good for me. Good for me. Not that my life is any better, but at least there's no. I'm not, how to say, I don't have any pedophiles in my surroundings anymore, which is probably the biggest win I've ever gotten in my life. Yeah. Man, I wish I could translate to you, transmit the feelings, the world of emotions I carry with me, what it means to be. And then again, it's probably not a pleasant, wouldn't be a pleasant experience for you. Why are people like this? Why are people like this? And it's also so interesting for me as a supposed scientist, in theory, well, not a psychologist, but in theory, I'm a scientist. To look on it from a dry, emotionless perspective, if that's even possible, being walking around in my shoes and to see the choices my mother made with man. Okay, the first one was she was young and dumb. She didn't know any better, and you could tell. I mean, even when I was already an adult, I saw so many things in my mother where I realized, dang, she's not that smart with a lot of things when it comes to humans. And then, and this boyfriend she took. I mean, he was like a goofy guy. Yeah, I remember after the divorce. Yeah, he was always joking and funny guy. Nothing wrong with that. Um, there's other reasons what was wrong with them, but this is not wrong. Being goofy. And yeah, he ended up. I remember how his motivation after a couple of years of them being together, he became a slob and did less and less and was less and less active. Didn't use his bicycle anymore, and he was just lazy on his computer. Wasted all his time on his computer and with what's the name? Glücksspiel. With online casinos and constantly lost money there and really wasting his time with really stupid bullcrap. Yeah, and I realized, dang, this guy is a grown-up child. He was. He actually was. He wasn't just another perpetrator. He was a grown-up child. Yeah, and so many times before I realized my mother herself was part of the perpetrator circle. Man, I asked her, "Do you even know that he's like a child?" Yeah, I mean, he's sitting at a computer, and then she was cleaning everything, and he was basically just being pampered. Yeah, and you just I don't know. You see a person who's twice your age, and he cannot even do his own laundry, and being active, being interested in physical activity and stuff like this. Just always computer, and especially in such a depressive way. He was really depressed, man. It was I don't know what. Why are you looking for man shards? Yeah, I asked her, what is it? What does it give to you? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, my father was also, in a different way, a man child. He was messed up in a different way. And yeah, and yeah, I realized her perception, her choices, yeah, based on perceptions for sure. Were not that intelligent. I mean, it's not a problem to you can't do perfect choices all the time. This is okay, but there was a pattern. That's what I'm talking about. There was a pattern. Yeah, and it's so fucked up everything. so fucked up. When I'm talking about it, I realize how alien, otherworldly these experiences sound. So alien. Sometimes I feel like an alien myself. Which struggles with humans. And yeah, it's not so easy. It was never easy to me to handle the intricacies of human behavior. Don't hurt people and be honest and stuff like this. This is clear, but like the unspoken rules. This is I don't have a clue. Where's the book? Where are these things written in? Because I don't know. I don't know how it's working. You either open your mouth and say, or I don't know. I cannot read minds. Yeah. This is something I was always struggling with. But I'm perfect with risk. With, how to say, with seeing which person poses in imminent physical danger to my well-being. Imagine if you get a child that is dominated by, how to say this, unpredictable outbursts of insane levels of violence towards children in elementary school age. You gain this. It's like a sixth sense. And when I'm talking with other abuse survivors or reading stories, mostly reading stories from other abuse survivors, it's common ground we all have. This hyper sensitivity for for acts of aggression, or for people in general who are fucked up in their mind in a way that causes harm to others. A sixth sense, which you had to have to survive. Yeah. It's so weird. My life is so weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, it's like something you cannot really escape from. It's not nice. It's no great things happen, and time is gone, and you're just stuck in this limbo, trying to digest your past, and it possibly will never happen, never succeed. I always want to help people and I don't know, help other abuse survivors and stuff like this, but it's just too painful to do. You're constantly reminded yourself of the stuff you went through, and it's just too much. But this was always my dream, and maybe, I don't know, maybe one day when people leave me alone here, my neighbors, maybe I can get a therapy that works, where I can put behind me some things. And then I would like to do something like this, being there for other abuse survivors. Something like this. If it's just spending or offering an open ear, something like this. Yeah, guys, I wish that there was no abuse in this world. I wish there was no abuse. You know what? I'm realizing, I'm feeling that I'm sinking deeper into my symptoms. And I'm gonna end the video here. And I'm gonna write all my novel, another puzzle piece I use to process what happened to me. Yeah.